Okay, if everything has gone according to plan, we should be live on YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome back to Weekends with Avrona. And today, well, okay, first of all, no, I have no idea what that black bar is doing. I have not, OBS is just living its own life right now, so I have no idea what that's all about. But yeah, if you're wondering why it's so late compared to the usual kind of like 6 p.m. show, well, because I'm still kind of experimenting and trying to figure out what the best time is when most people are watching, what's kind of best thing for my schedule as well, and of course for the schedules of you people at home, because, you know, a show where no one's watching isn't really a show, if that makes sense. Also, I have no idea what's happening with my hair either today, but that's kind of just a theme on this channel now, where I have just, my hair's also living its own life, not just OBS. But anyway, yeah, it's been a while since I did a Computex. This one, gotta hair myself, it's been a while since I did a Weekends with Avrona since Computex. However, this one is a bit different. Oh, they're all different. That's what makes them special. Like, every single one is slightly different. And what I want to do in this one is, as I'm working on my vlog from Computex, which will be the a new member exclusive video, hopefully arriving tomorrow, but we'll see about that. I wanted to go through and, you know, I captured so much footage from stuff that just didn't end up being its own video because it just like wasn't big enough for its own video. Maybe a short. I'll probably do quite a few shorts on a few of these, but yeah, they just weren't big enough for videos. So I kind of went through and wanted to do some do a live stream, do Weekends with Avrona, covering some of the stuff I saw there, but just didn't make it into a video. So I think let's just get straight into it. With the magic of my stream deck, we should be transported to the magical realm of DaVinci Resolve, my absolute arch nemesis. When I say arch nemesis, it's just the thing I spend so much time in every single day. Also, why is it so small? Well, there we go, that's much better. Anyway, so let's just basically, you get to see what it's like. You get to see what it's like being a YouTuber for once. Ah, man. I don't think I ever did like a live, like an editing live stream. I probably should. This isn't an editing live stream, okay? I'm just basically, I'm gonna be dragging and dropping all this stuff into DaVinci Resolve. Let's start off with this, shall we? Which is the brand new Trident Z memory, and it looks, look at it. This is my first time seeing these legendary dims in person, and okay, here's a bit of a spoiler for future video. G-Skill are sending some over. G-Skill are sending over some Trident Z Royal for DDR5 for me to check out. It absolutely looks so good though. Do I have any like, other? I don't think I have too many other videos of it. That's a shame. Anyway, here's one I wanted to talk about, and that is a bit about next-gen Intel motherboards. You've probably seen this clip quite a bit, just showing that it's not just MSI who are doing Cam 2. As you can see, ASRock right now have a Cam 2 board as well. It looks pretty clean. Yeah, I'm very struggling to see if Cam 2 is really necessary. I think it's cool. I think it's nice that we're innovating when it comes to memory and kind of what standards we're using. And like I said in my video about Cam 2, and what's Cam 2? No, it was my video about a next-gen Intel in general, like Intel Auto 200 and Z8090 motherboards that you're gonna have this to choose from. And I think MSI calling it like CU SODIM, something like that. Like basically SODIMs, but on a desktop motherboard. They stand upright like the regular DIMMs we use now, but they don't like they are not horizontal. They don't like flat like Cam 2, but they're just much smaller. Another very interesting thing is just the amount of I/O that we get on these motherboards. While we get some ideas of what the PCIe lane situation will be like, they were being very cautious. I remember me and, oh man, who was it? It was Wendell. Wendell was actually, I actually met Wendell at the ASRock booth at the same time. We're doing our coverage with it. You could probably even catch Wendell in some of my snippets over here. I'm wondering now, there has to be That's not Windows hand. That's the hand of the rep. Oh, okay, we'll get to that in a second. I'm just looking at if I can spot Windows hand somewhere. But I cannot. That's a shame. But yeah, while I was recording this, I was chatting to Wendell. But yeah, while we don't know a lot when it comes to PC expansion, rear I/O wise, man, are these sweet. Look at the amount of USB Type-A ports, pretty much double USB Type-C ports on quite a few motherboards, not just from ASRock, but from others. Like, dual USB Type-C is absolutely awesome. But what really tops it all is this one right here. This is as best of an angle as I managed to get, because it was like pretty high up. It was like the highest motherboard. This is obviously a prototype, and I don't think they will actually make it. Like, even the rep said, like, yeah, it was just a passion project basically for engineers. We're not sure if this is an actual like product worthy product, but as you can see, this is a motherboard with pretty much just USB Type-C at the back. Obviously, there's some networking, dual networking ports. I believe one's like 2.5 and the other's 10. Two of these USB Type-C are Thunderbolt, and then, you know, unfortunately, just bare minimum audio, but I'm kind of over it, and Wi-Fi 7 as well. So yeah, like I said in my video covering this, would you actually use a mobile like this? I would. See, here's the issue. Things are going to USB Type-C. They're just not going quickly enough. So on a mobile like this, what would I do with my keyboard and mouse, for example, or my Stream Deck? Like, they all require USB Type-A, and I can't just use different cables because, you know, the Stream Deck has a hardwired cable. Mouse and keyboard are wireless with their own special USB Type-A dongles. So the only solution would be adapters. So we'll be just using these USB Type-A to C adapters, which would just look so dumb. Obviously, you can put them in your front I/O, but again, front I/O is supposed to be for, you know, quick access stuff. My main issue with PCs right now is that whenever I need to plug something into the USB Type-C port at the back of my motherboard, the one single USB Type-C port, well, it's at the back of the PC. You can barely ever reach it. So what I actually ended up doing several times now, I ended up believing I believe I plugged into a USB Type-C port, but no, I plugged it into a USB Type-A port, and then it would be shorting the entire system, because if you're actually making contact with the port, I'll be getting like these scary notifications saying that, you know, power surge at USB port this and this from Windows, and like stuff malfunctioning. At one point, it like froze my PC for a sort of like half a minute. I couldn't do anything about it. Half a minute, half an hour. I mean, like I just kept on refreshing, turning it off and on, but it just like wouldn't budge after I incorrectly inserted a USB Type-C port forcefully into a USB Type-A port, thinking it's a USB Type-C port. Now, there have been some attempts to get around that. The popularity of cases where the, you know, rear I/O is actually on the side or on the top and stuff like that. That's been generally good to see. Yeah, because of it, it's been actually getting, you know, a lot easier to get cases with side panel kind of rear I/O where that isn't as much of an issue. But it's still, for the vast majority of us, an issue. So again, this is awesome. It's just a bit too forward-looking. I'm really going to be thinking if there's ever going to be a world where all of this is going to be USB Type-C. Like networking. Like, how easy would it be just to have networking over USB Type-C? Audio. We already have audio via USB Type-C. You know, headphones and stuff like that via USB Type-C. That totally exists. Wi-Fi, okay. Okay, yeah, coax antennas, that's kind of the odd one out here. You kind of need to. Obviously, video outputs over USB Type-C. Again, we already have it. I'm trying to think, what else do we have on our PCs that we couldn't do via USB Type-C? I was about to say PCIe over USB Type-C, but that's basically what Thunderbolt is. But that's also kind of internal I/O. I'm talking about like external I/O. But yeah, just like internal I/O, USB Type-C, everything as well. Why not? The all USB Type-C economy, I love it. I also said USB Type-C so many times, it just doesn't sound like a real phrase or word anymore. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, next gen Tai Chi motherboards. Looks absolutely awesome. Still has PS2. Love it. I love the confidence. Look at that at the left. 3, count them, 3 USB Type-C ports. but you still have not just one, but two separate USB PS2 ports for keyboard and mouse. ASRock, I love the dedication there with the bit. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Oh man. So yeah, and you can. Okay, I have no idea what this shot is supposed to be. You can barely see it, but this is, yeah, like what, 10 plus USB Type A ports on this one. This one also looks pretty sweet. It's very. This one, if you just show me this frame, I would think this is a Gigabyte Euros motherboard. It looks like something Gigabyte would make, but no. Then they reveal that there's actually a ASRock one. And ASRock actually makes some really, really awesome stuff. Seeing like native USB 4 as well. Man, I'm still looking for the next generation of motherboards. We still don't know enough for, in terms of like next gen CPUs, some Intel specifically, like how well the performance stuff, especially since the recent and like naming and everything, brand new architecture. There's a lot still unknown, and a lot that's still confusing. But the motherboards are going to be very, very fun to explore. And while I usually do a lot of motherboard overviews on this channel, like this is going to be a very, very special generation, because I hope to be getting a lot more samples to work on proper reviews with all the kind of new partners that I've acquired since Computex. Anyway, what else do we have? Ah, yes, we need to talk about this thing right here. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the brand new MSI Claw. Yes, they're making a second one already. And this one is called, am I about to do a review of the name in this footage? Yes, I am. The Claw 8 AI. Yeah, AI has now made it to mobile handhelds. Mobile handhelds, that's no, all mobiles are handhelds and all handhelds are mobile anyway. So yeah, it has a bunch of AI features to make it better at being a mobile handheld. I said it again. They have a bunch of AI features to make the performance better in such a compact device. It's also going to be 8 inches, bunch of extra features, better screen, 500 nits, 120 hertz, 1080p. Really, really awesome looking. I'm just kind of surprised they're doing a second one already. Oh yeah, and there's already the second docking station as well. Should hopefully be getting my hands on this kind of sample as well. Speaking of samples, Zotac, yeah. Got in touch with Zotac. We'll most likely be getting one of their game zones to check out when that launches. I did a whole video on that, and that is going to be so cool. Do I have any more? Yeah, this is just what it looks like. I think, oh no, this is the standard MSI Claw, like the first gen one. And then this is the fancy new one. Okay, also next year I'm definitely making my own badges like this, and like gonna just deposit them at random booths, because why not? It's gonna be like I'm gonna have some like very clear for normal awards: best of Computex, best innovation, best design, and I'm gonna also have some just the most random awards for the most random of things. Like, leave your suggestions right now in the live chat. What should we have awards for? And we don't even have to wait for Computex. CES happening in January. Hopefully we'll be going there. Like, let me know right now, what are some very specific things we should have awards for? I think we can have some fun with this. Best product with RGB. Best product in a color that isn't black or white. Best product from a company I've never heard of in my life. That would be a good one. Granted, it'd probably have we need to have a more marketable name. Best newcomer. Best company without a marketing department, if I never heard of them. I don't know. Let me know what you think of my suggestions, and again, if you have any others, please let me know. But yeah, I'm so making those for next year. Anyway, what do we have next here that we should cover? Oh yeah, I talked about this a bit in the Thermaltake tour. And again, Thermaltake is another partner that I'll be doing a lot of videos with in the future. What is with Thermaltake literally doing everything now? Okay, I need a better angle of this. I swear I have like a better angle of this entire setup. But they basically just have everything now. That is a Thermaltake chair. Those are Thermaltake headphones. That is a Thermaltake pegboard. The monitors are Thermaltake. Microphone Thermaltake, keyboard Thermaltake, mouse Thermaltake. This like weird cable holder thingy Thermaltake. Desk is Thermaltake, and it is actually an electric one. The case itself, thermal take. Fans, thermal take. AIO, I believe, also thermal take, because I can't recognize that design. Also, that's thermal take memory as well. I didn't even notice that when I was first capturing footage. When did thermal take go to being a literally everything brand? Like, that's one of the things that literally blew me away at the booth. They do literally everything there now. Literally everything. And do I have any other... Oh. This is another good one. So I've seen this in both the Thermaltake booth and also the ASRock one, because ASRock is one of the partners they're working with on this. But this is the immersion cooling PC. You've seen it in my Thermaltake video. Also, you get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You know, in my videos, the footage is like nice and professional and great angles and zooming in and out. This is like just what the raw footage looks like. It goes a long way before it makes its way into the final video. But yeah, immersion cooling, it looks absolutely awesome. They would not tell me what the substance is, apart from the fact that it is not mineral oil. That's the only thing that they made clear. It is not mineral oil, because mineral oil is an absolute pain to clean out. But this is a liquid that clearly isn't electrically conductive if it's safe to just dump a PC inside. Apparently, the results when it comes to cooling are phenomenal. It's super easy to clean because, again, it's not mineral oil. It's also ridiculously expensive. Like, at least right now. They're trying, right now, one of the things they're doing is trying to figure out how they can make this more actually economically viable. This case full of this stuff is going to cost hundreds of dollars right now. That's what they told me. Just, again, still ages away from the final product. But right now, at the scale they're working with, you know, at this point in production, it costs like hundreds of dollars to the end user to fill just this one case full of this stuff. So, yeah, it would be pretty non-competitive right now. But hopefully, with time, they figure out a way. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, this is fun. I was doing my coverage. I was just doing some stuff at the Zotac booth. Just, you know, doing some B-roll, looking around what they're offering. You know, obviously looking at the game zone device. I think I see there's like some commotion going on. So I kind of look up, and wait a second. It's Mr. Linus Sebastian. You can barely see him because he's out of focus. There he is. It's Mr. Detectives himself. So yeah, I actually ran into people from LMG quite a bit. I would just be at a booth and all of a sudden like someone like, I don't know, like Colton or Jake or someone else would just be there as well, preparing everything, either recording or getting, you know, notes from the exhibitors about what's actually exciting, what's actually new and innovative at the booth they can make a video about. And yeah, when I was just doing the Zotac thing, Mr. Detectives himself showed up, and I was wearing my LTD backpack at the time. I felt very, very proud. Okay, anyway, what do we have next? How about... Oh, this is something I didn't get to... I didn't get enough B-roll, and I didn't really want to... Basically, I'm saving it for its own video. It's just such a great... I'm salivating already at what the title to this video will be. And the title of the video will be, what on earth is an AI PC case? Because this is what Thermaltake are calling an AI PC case. What makes it AI? Well, just the fact that it can store a bunch of graphics cards and hard drives, as you can see. That's what makes it. It's supposed to just be great for AI PCs, for PCs that are meant for AI acceleration. They have tons of room for hard drives, as you can see. Cooling that is specifically focused on making sure that you can have as many kind of graphics cards or AI accelerators stacked next to each other. So right now there's a it can normally stack up to 4 graphics cards. This one only had 2 because they are consumer GeForce RTX, but for, you know, one slot or however big enterprise solutions are, I think like 1.5 slots. You can basically fit up to 4, if I remember correctly, cards in a single case like this, plus a bunch of hard drives, plus, you know, great cooling, and you have yourself this. And I just noticed that's what is that? Like an Epic or Threadripper board with a thermal take, Threadripper, or Epic, whatever socket that is underneath. I can't tell. So yeah, they make AIOs for that kind of enterprise stuff as well. Cool. Another thing I'm definitely going to getting my hands on. It's going to be a bit more, a bit harder to sell. I'm going to have to get in touch and be like, okay, guys, this is awesome, but can you also send all the hardware required to make this a feasible video, please? Like, can you send some graphics cards and like a bunch of hard drives so I can actually show what this guy is capable of? Thanks. Like, obviously, this like a temp alone, but still, it's going to be a bit more of an ambitious project because showing this thing off in a video is one thing, but having all the hardware to actually show it off is another. Anyway, what else do we have here? I covered this, I covered that. What else do we have? We have some cases from, I believe this was... Who was this? I can't remember who it was. Animax. Yeah, Animax just did this for some reason. Looked pretty sweet. Yeah, expect Animax stuff as well at in the later, in the kind of short to medium term on this channel as well. Or can also expect from EK, can also expect from Thermal Grizzly. We're doing hopefully MSI stuff, Gigabyte stuff, ASRock stuff. Yeah, basically a lot of stuff will be happening as a result of Computex, and that is why it was so important for me to go, even though it was such an expensive, like financially ruinous trip. When I like made all the jokes about like, help us financially recover from Computex, I wasn't kidding. I was not kidding. It cost a lot, and it was just for one person. That was just me going. And that was my very first and last show of that caliber done completely alone. I'm definitely bringing at least one more person, just literally anyone, to CES and Computex next year. LTX, which will be most likely happening next year, I can go there alone, but especially for shows like this, I can't do them alone. Especially, okay, my equipment was heavy enough, right? I had my Blackmagic 6K Pro on top of my RSI 4 Pro gimbal. That weighs like several kilos, plus my backpack just stuffed to bits, plus also the killer. That was fine on its own. The actual killer that made it I just could not function by the end of the second day was all of the bags of free stuff that the companies were giving away. Which, by the way, I did a member exclusive video just yesterday covering all of the stuff that the companies were giving away, all of the like Computex swag. So definitely check it out. It's a really great video. And then again, I'll have another member exclusive video, which is going to be the Computex vlog, most likely tomorrow. So I'm trying to see what else do we have here that's like of note. Oh, we do have next gen Gigabyte motherboards. Not Gigabyte, sorry, Asus ROG. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get anything with Asus. Basically, the way that the way it worked with most booths, it was like, hi, can I have your business card? And like who's the best person to talk to as a UK media outlet? Can I have your business card? Cool, I'll be in touch. With Asus ROG, they did it the other way. I kind of came up to the kind of booth reception, for lack of a better word, and I was like, hey, who can I talk to? And they're like, oh yeah, just leave your business card here and like we'll get in touch. And I knew then and then that it's not going to happen because it never works like that. Hot tip for conventions like that: if you give someone, especially an exhibitor who are so busy with everything else, if you give them the business card, nothing's going to come of that. You have to take their business card. So I knew like nothing's going to come of it. But like, yeah, next gen Asus ROG, looking pretty sweet. Everyone had this kind of note here, like next generation Intel motherboard. For next gen Intel processors, they weren't allowed to say Arrow Lake, they weren't allowed to say 15th gen, or stuff 15th gen, like Ultra 200 or Intel 200. They weren't even allowed to say X870. And actually, no, I'm pretty sure that the ASRock motherboards had X670 written on them. No, not even. I was saying X670. I'm dumb. That's AMD. Z890. There we go. That's what I meant. Yeah, they don't even have Z890 written on them, which is kind of interesting. Like, why aren't you allowed to say the name of the chipset when we all know the chipset? Granted, seeing how they're resetting the naming, they could be also resetting the naming for the chipsets. That would be pretty interesting. Especially seeing how cute it was that's skipping Oh yeah, it's AMD that's skipping X770 and going straight to X870 to keep in line with Intel. So if Intel were the ones to like skip or like change a naming scheme now, that'd be funny. That would be actually hilarious. And that's about it. I don't want to spoil everything because a lot of it is also going to go into that vlog, which you definitely don't want to miss. Actually, no, there's one more thing here, which is so difficult to even show in video. One, because of the concept. Two, there's so many people around this product at the booth, I could barely even like get past to get some good footage. But this is a 3D screen. Again, like I said, impossible to capture in video. You can see the screen's kind of messed up, but it is supposed to be a 3D screen that does not require having any kind of 3D glasses. As you can see, that guy right there has nothing, and it's working for him just fine. The magic of this, and I'm just noticing from this angle how thick these are. Look at that. They're definitely more, you know, like enterprise or like just specialist solutions rather than gamer market, like even just, you know, like normal desktop market right now. The way it works is that there's a camera right there, and it basically tracks your eye movement to know where to position these slightly different left eye, right eye images to give the perception of 3D depth. Really awesome stuff. Really awesome stuff. Again, you can't really show it in a video, so that I have no idea how they even going to market this stuff. Similar with stuff like something like the, you know, of the 3DS. How on earth did Nintendo ever market a 3DS without any kind of... Okay, this is the AI laptop. No one cares about that. Oh yeah, like how on earth do people manage to like market 3D stuff when you can't really show it? And they had this like booth. As you can see here, if I just let it play, you can see the screen is really glitching out, and that's because there was so many people at the booth, like trying to look at it, that it just didn't know whose eyes to focus on. But they just had like this booth, and this lady was like streaming from the booth reviewing. What on earth is that? Is that like a what is she holding? It looks like a lightsaber. I don't know, but yeah, she was using a 3D camera in that booth, a special 3D camera that could transmit a 3D image to this 3D screen, and it was absolutely awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Here they are playing, I believe that's Hi-Fi Rush as well. Again, looks kind of trippy, but from what I've seen, it looks pretty sweet. Again, hopefully we'll be able to showcase this in the near future. And that is going to be about it for this weekends with Avrona. I had fun. It was a completely random show, but it was a fun one nonetheless. Why can't you see me? I believe that when I have my guai on my desk, everything was supposed to be going alright, but no, apparently I was lied to. But anyway, that's everything for this weekend's with Avrona. Let me know what you want to see in the future ones, because now the Computex season's kind of over. I'm kind of out of ideas. I'm starting to run out of ideas because like all my content for June was just Computex, and more Computex. And now that Computex is over, I'm having a bit of an existential crisis. So yeah, let me know what you want to see. Thanks so much to our patrons, and that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Drinking way too much now. All I hear is to let go.